fun of Ithaca today? Beautiful drive down, all right? So I'm Scott Nansen. I'm from Ensemble Video. I am officially a vendor, but for most of my career I actually worked in higher education. So I sometimes get a little uncomfortable as a vendor up here. But today we're going to talk about leveraging mostly video, but media inside of institutions like K-12 institutions, higher education institutions. And Ensemble Video is, think of it as a private, secureable, flexible YouTube. So many schools desire the simplicity of a YouTube, but they also want other controls. They might want to integrate with video conferencing units. They might want to integrate with a Camtasia relay server. They might want to integrate with Blackboard, Moodle, Angel, Sakai, Desire to Learn. And that's really what Ensemble Video does, is we sit squarely in the middle of all these tools and technologies and help you manage your online video content. So say you're at Syracuse University, we have a couple Syracuse University people here, and you have a student who started the next big thing, whatever it is, .com, right? And you recorded that one day. You want to wrap metadata around that so you can search that video and actually republish it sometime and use it for PR and communications and admissions. If you're in K-12, you again might have teaching and learning content or training content that you want to store and manage and then stream back out to your users or your community. Whether it's a art gallery online, whether it's an evening of dance at your high school, we do a lot of that stuff. So Ensemble Video, the one thing that's unique about us is that we were invented at Syracuse University for universities and education. And so what we're going to talk about is a wide variety of ways that people use our video platform. So who here is using video in some way in their institution? Okay, how are you using video? Give me something.
Instructional
technology. I've seen you guys use smartboards, right?
Yep.
So you record stuff on smartboards, you put it into Ensemble Video, you publish it out. So we have a few customers in here. How else are you using video? Marketing, right? So marketing, there's eyeballs on your website, you want to be able to get people to go to Syracuse University, or you want to, maybe build some sort of community relationship, you can do that. Other stuff you guys are doing. Yes?
We're doing archiving and taking stuff out of special collections and making it publicly accessible.
Okay, so special collections, archiving, is it like legacy content, maybe on physical media?
Right, so we need to convert it, but we want to get it out there and on the web.
Right, so people consume it, right? And I think, these are all great examples. Is anybody doing anything like using Camtasia? Does anybody ever heard of Camtasia, right? I love Camtasia, big fan of Camtasia. I actually use it to create how-to videos, so we support our users. So we have hundreds of customers now all over the globe, and when they say, Scott, how do you upload a video? Or Scott, how do you use the Blackboard building block? Or how do you use Moodle and Ensemble? I have video, so I don't have to take 400 phone calls a day on some days. Other neat things you're doing with videos. Does anybody do anything with video conferencing in their organizations? No? Okay, but we do integrate with video conferencing units. Is anybody doing anything with like a capture appliance or something that just captures video, like maybe lecture capture?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can integrate with some of those. And I'm sure many of you are familiar with learning management systems, right? So Blackboard, Angel, Moodle, Sakai, Desire to Learn. What are some other ones you use? Is that it? Good. So, we integrate with all types of things like that and WordPress. So I want to talk about some of the cool things that I've seen out there. Some of our features that I think are really educational focused and that might hopefully get you excited about our video platform, which many people love YouTube because it's free and it's simple, but it does not have the flexibility, it does not have the security. So I want to kind of talk about how different institutions are using it. We've all put one video on a page somewhere. If you've used YouTube, great product. We embrace YouTube. You might want to have one video on a page and branding and communicating around it. So somebody mentioned marketing, right? So this is a perfect example of marketing. We want to have a preview image. We want to brand our player. Does anybody have students with disabilities in their institution? And they worry about captioning of content, right? So we do, and I'm hoping if I hit play, this thing streams. Good. So we can consume our video, it's streaming, so we can secure it, and we also do support captioning and automated captioning in our platform. So we have integration with automatic sync technologies, and many institutions are using captioning. If we were students with disabilities right now, I can still consume this media. Okay, so that's one important thing that we are doing, although a pretty simple thing in our platform. Now, you might have other things where you might say, I want some sort of portal with POP. It might be for marketing, it might be for teaching or learning. So we have several institutions. One right down, 81-ish, Syracuse University. So this is where we were actually invented. We were invented by higher education professionals. And you have a video portal here that kind of looks like Hulu, where they have public relations content, they have teaching and learning content, they have the Orange TV network, and they have a nice portal here that everybody can push content to. Okay, so that's one way that people are utilizing Ensemble Video and engaging their entire community, alumni, and parents. And I know when I worked at Syracuse University, the parents would love sites like this because they could actually see what's going on at campus. Very important. Because they sign the checks. Now, another campus you might have heard of, University of Illinois. This is a showcase that's managed by one person. So some universities and institutions and K-12 schools can be strapped and they don't have hundreds of IT people, but they want to build a portal. So this portal is actually built by one person, and it's powered by Ensemble Video, and everybody sends video to this one person in our sharing feature, and then that person releases this to certain categories, and it's all managed by one person. So I'm just trying to show you different types of portals, different types of flexibilities, and again, there's live events, so some of you might want to do in K-12 morning announcements. Very common application in our software. So Cicero North Syracuse, which is in Syracuse, a lot of schools in the Lower Hudson region are doing morning announcements and live events, and they're posting them using Ensemble Video, which I'll show you the back end. If you look at someone like a Newhouse School of Communications, they have a little mini video website on their public web pages, right? So they have a little playlist here, and they have these great little alumni showcases that they're allowing to deliver to people to, again, engage the community, hopefully add to the enrollment numbers, and get the right student that Newhouse wants. Okay, so that's also important. And again, the key is one video, playlist, it can be a portal, it can be a little mini video library. There's a lot of flexibility in Ensemble, and that's one of the key things with our platform. We've all probably seen a graduation at one time or another. Either we graduated, hopefully, right? I was in one of these one time, or a couple times. Or you might have, your chancellor, your president might want to do a welcome back video. So a lot of schools are doing things like this, whether it's a principal, a chancellor, whatever it may be here. And
welcome to the beginning of it.
And they're making their content accessible at Temple. Very important at Temple University. Okay? So that's 2 single videos on a page. Simple applications. Now, if you use LMSs, you might say, I want to create video assignments. I know when I taught, I tried to get video assignments from students, and I would get DVDs, CDs, USBs, links to Vimeo, links to YouTube. And as a faculty member, it drove me nuts because it would take me a week to harvest all that stuff and catalog and go, okay, which 5 am I going to actually show in Blackboard? It would take me a lot of time to do that. So what we can do is we have student assignment tools that can drop videos right into Ensemble Video and then help you publish them in a searchable library right inside of Blackboard, inside of Moodle. So Desire to Learn, Angel, Sakai, WordPress, all these different platforms. So again, what we're trying to do is be very, very flexible. Depending on who you are and what you do, I believe that we can usually meet your needs in a wide variety of these applications. Now the other thing that we can do is if I click on this What is Ensemble video, if you're a student, I think there might be some students in here. If I gave you an hour video, would you watch the entire hour video start to finish on an iPad or a laptop?
Depends on the category sometimes.
Depends. Okay, so it depends. Now, is there an honest student in here? Would you really watch a whole hour? I can't even watch a whole hour of Star Wars, and I love it. I got to get up and change. So you might want to put chapter notes in streaming video, and you want to embed those in Blackboard. So if I scroll down and say, I don't want to watch this marketing thing, but maybe they're going to talk about, some of the management features. So I can click into 26 seconds into the video, or 25 minutes into the video, or if you're a K-12 district and you have record board meetings that are like 3 hours long, you might want to put chapter points in those board meetings. And that's critical with that annotations feature. And I know, Cortland, you guys use the annotations feature, right? Which department? Is it the speech and pathology?
Yeah.
What do they do?
We don't have time to talk about it.
Yeah, so I believe they document stutters and things like that, right? So Cortland State's here, they're a customer, and they've been a long-time customer, and they actually do some neat stuff with annotations. Some other things you can see as this is embedded in Blackboard, you might want to attach different links or PDFs, PowerPoints, Word documents with your video entries. So you might not be publishing to Blackboard, you might not be publishing to an LMS, but you want to supplement that content with something else besides annotations. So again, put a PDF onto it, link a Word document to it, link a PowerPoint to it, link an Excel exercise to it, whatever it is. We try to be very flexible in that regard. We do have a Blackboard building block as well. Are there any Blackboard users in here? Blackboard lovers? No, it never is. So now, I use Blackboard for a long time. I have my opinions, and now that I've been exposed to other ones, there are some really nice ones out there. Does anybody use Desire to Learn? Do you like it? No? Yes? Sort of? Moodle?
Yes.
Moodle? Like Moodle?
Love Moodle.
Yeah, Moodle's really cool. Designer Learn's really cool. Blackboard's cool. It does a lot of neat stuff. So one nice thing, though, we can do with our Blackboard building block is, say I go into Ensemble Video and I want to find my videos. And I can go, hey, I know I have this video on connecting a computer. The nerdy stuff Scott talks about. And I can search, and my video should be showing up here pretty quick. And there's a lot of, so now I can go in and select it. And again, just easily integrating video into my Blackboard course from my Ensemble Video library. I don't have all the bandwidth that I want right now, but you can see that that's all working. So it's simplifying all these processes that can be a headache, I think, in day-to-day operations. I know some faculty that are our customers say, I don't want to have to go through the IT staff, the media staff, get all these emails and figure out how to get a video, actually just one video in Blackboard. So we try to simplify that process. And that's one of the most common uses of our platform. But again, if you look at Moodle, this is Nazareth College. They're a great customer. I've met some Nazareth College people here. They are integrating content, again, into Moodle, all searchable. Also image galleries. Does anybody do anything with image galleries currently? Audio files. We manage audio files and stream audio files. And the big key with this stuff, if you're putting content into Blackboard, in Moodle, Designer Learn, sometimes you want to really secure that content. So higher education professionals, especially faculty, that's their intellectual property when they teach. That is what they've worked their entire life for. And they don't want to put that in YouTube ever. They will never put that in YouTube. Because if it gets out there, somebody else can copy their little presentation and then go get paid a lot of money to teach that same topic somewhere else. And that's as simple as it is. And Ensemble Video allows you to lock down content and say, are you logged into Moodle? If you're not, you can't watch this video. Are you logged into Blackboard? If you're not, you cannot watch this video. So we have security tools to lock down content, prevent downloads, and guarantee secure streaming and guaranteeing that we're using the right media player and the Ensemble Video technology to actually deliver that content. Now, yes, question?
Do you have to lock down the content using the course management system, or can you do it, like if you linked it to your library catalog, could you then have to log in to view the video?
You can do a library catalog if you wanted to. So there are systems, I think, again, Cortland did something, Josh did something with your library catalog, that was pretty cool. So you can log in that way. You can also create viewer accounts in Ensemble, so you can just log straight into Ensemble without publishing and have your special collections or your archives there as well. So we try to have all those types of different flexibilities and answers, I would say, for that kind of stuff. SharePoint. Does anybody use SharePoint? Does anybody love SharePoint? I know. That's another one. That's another one. But a lot of people do use it. A lot of businesses that we work with use it. We do integrate with SharePoint. Now, here's a really nice, portal. Sometimes you want to spin up a portal really, really quickly. You might want a playlist on the right where you can have your videos playing here. I can click on a video and adding searchable notes to video. I can have that play right here. Or I can also jump in and jump down here to a video like this. And then, again, click on these notes. So you saw this in Blackboard earlier. In our portal, it looks a little different. You can style this however you want, control the look and feel. But you'll see here that, again, I can jump into a portion of this lecture. We have social networking icons. You can go in and grab the URL and link to it if you want to. We have attachments and links and statistics and all that fun stuff. You can also break these things into categories. So many times you have portals like that Illinois example. Great portal. They have 12 categories though. So if you want to go and say, hey, let me look at the promotional stuff that Ensemble Video is putting up there, I can do that very easily with Ensemble Video. So that's kind of the marketing side. What about live streaming? I talked about the board meetings and morning announcements. Does anybody do live streaming right now?
A few friends of mine do.
How do they do it?
I gotta remember what the program is.
So Ustream?
Maybe. I know they have some sort of program which attaches to their computer, so pretty much whatever they're doing on their computer, you're seeing as well.
Yeah, so we do support live streaming, and many of our customers are doing it. Well, like I said, morning announcements, broadcasting graduations and events, and then obviously archiving that for video on demand purposes, right? So that's very critical in this. So what I want to do quick is show you how Ensemble works. I'll go into the software, and I obviously also want this to be a big discussion because I have a feeling some people here are doing some really neat stuff. The one thing I actually want to ask you, does anybody do anything with like student video assignments yet? Has any faculty ever asked you about that? Like, hey, how do I do that? Right? So we have a video Dropbox, it's called. So basically you can give a URL to a student, they can upload content right into my library. So those are also important things. And again, simplifying the process, trying to make your life easier and your day-to-day work easier. I'm not going to PowerPoint you to death, I promise. The one thing I want to mention today that's most important about our system is we try to be as flexible as possible. Because as being embedded at Syracuse University, there are several different technology directors, several different media people, several different faculty type members. They all have different skill sets. And when we built this there to solve the problem internally, kind of on accident, it was really, we said, you know what, if we're going to do this for SU, it's got to be flexible. It can't just work one way. It can't just always compress media. It can't just only feed Blackboard. It can't just only work with single video uploads. So that is one of the big keys for our system. The second key is easy to use and simple content management. So simple is important in two areas. For end users, students, faculty members, teachers, people who are not, I would say geeks. There's a lot of geeks out there who know how to do all this stuff, and that's great. But we try to be simple so that anybody can use this. And then also on the simple side, that's really important is sometimes you want to distribute this out and say, hey, business school, you guys have your own YouTube, private YouTube, Ensemble video. School of education, you get your own too. A lot of schools don't want to centralize everything. So there's flexibility there that's really important with Ensemble Video. And if you look at higher education, we have a significant amount of traction. And again, that just goes to us. That's where all the people that work in Ensemble Video are from higher education. They were technology directors, new media people, web programmers. We've worked with all the systems. We've had a lot of the positions that you're had or currently working in, and we feel like we know some of the pain points. And again, what I'm proud about here is University of Kentucky Nursing School is doing everything for their nursing program. Same thing with SUNY GCC. So they're doing a lot of medical type stuff, actually securing content internally inside of their data center. If you look at the Erickson Institute, one of our smaller institutions, so if you're a K-12 school, you might say, hey, do you have to be a big college to use this? No. The Erickson Institute has 284 students. They're all online. They look at SWF files, they look at audio files, and they look at video files. And that's all they do. And that's all managed by 2 people. But then you look up here, Miami-Dade College, 175,000 students, 7 CIOs. That's the whole university. They rolled out hundreds of users, thousands of videos. Same thing with Illinois. Poor SU, because we work there, there are thousands, 7,000, 8,000 videos. Every time I go in there, there's more and more. It's amazing. And that was where it was originally invented. Dartmouth's using it in their Jones Media Center in the library to do protected and unprotected content. University of San Francisco wants a big portal, so they're a relatively new customer who is building just a public portal for marketing and communications content. If you look at other applications like Queen's University, has anybody heard of an Ncast appliance? It's a pretty cool appliance. So it does, it's a little box you can put in something like this, connect to a high-def camera, and you can get some really high-definition captured video, and it captures automatically, and then what it does is it sends that video automatically to Ensemble Video and publishes that automatically to Moodle in their case. So again, removing the need to hands-on everything, because the thing that we know about information technology and media and instructional technology and higher ed and K-12 is the increasing staffs and budgets is probably ending, or has been ending for a long time now. So you look at that stuff and you say, all right, well, how do we fix this? How do we improve processes? How do we simplify the lives of an instructional technology analyst? How do we simplify the lives of a new media analyst or a media producer? And that's really what we do. At Syracuse, there's a video production unit. Neil Coffey works at the video production unit, and he's able to transfer videos to people when he does a one-camera shoot. He'll go and transfer a video into a certain engineering library or into the School of Ed or into maybe a Whitman School of Management library, and he doesn't have to create a DVD. And then that instructional person actually has to convert the DVD again and just go through a loop that is not necessary. So that's another application. We have an appliance at Northeastern University. Lehigh, their library and academic services would use us. The University of Georgia School of Pharmacy actually has a video conferencing unit where they're capturing content automatically, and then they're storing that content in Ensemble and publishing it to their learning management system. So, the whole key with this is that we are proud of as a company is the variety of applications, and from big to small. So hundreds of users, thousands of videos up here. This guy named Joe does everything for Westfield State. There are like 6,000 students. And he is the person that all the faculty come to and hand them videos, he gets in Blackboard. And it's manageable for him. So you look at, and we're very proud to have a lot of customers here in the Northeast. Again, the whole idea is simplifying your lives with software, just like many software applications are designed to. And if you look at our K-12 presence, again, we have 50-something K-12 districts. Many of them are actually in North America. We do have some in Canada. And many of them actually get hosted in regional information centers in BOCES. So who's familiar with the regional information center of BOCES? So what these groups will do is put Ensemble Video in their infrastructure, and then they can give our software to each school district. So in the Central New York Regional Information Center, they have 14 schools in one Ensemble Video installation. And that's great because it's resource sharing, right? We're not duplicating services, we're not duplicating efforts, and we're not duplicating investments. But you're still getting the power of our software and the ability to connect and use video and leverage this technology. Same thing with the Lower Hudson region. They actually have like 28 districts, somewhere right around there. I'll say 28-ish. I was just here yesterday in Madison, Oneida. We have a new customer, Monroe BOCES, which is big. So we're all over New York State. We have one of a regional information center. They're called a educational service agency in Wisconsin. So they're all doing a lot of neat stuff, and that's our managed service or multi-tenant model, which is really important because you're not, again, not duplicating investments. So, and I would argue, again, why they're using Ensemble. There's an ever-increasing flow of video content in your organizations. Whether it's people making videos on flip cameras or iMovie and Windows Movie Maker, just making WMVs and MOVs. It might be that you have the Camtasia Relay server and you're using that Fuse app on your iPhone or iPad and you want that to automatically go online into Moodle. Well, we have an integration that allows you to do that. You might have Podcast Producer. You might use GoToMeeting. I mean, I record a lot of my GoToMeetings. I travel the world through GoToMeeting, honestly. And you can do a lot with GoToMeeting. Record it. I can put notes on my presentations and then get it right back to the University of Saskatchewan, say, or something like that. And they really can dig into what I said and pause Scott, which is nice because I talk fast. Now, after you create all these videos, you know, what you want to do is put it in a system like Ensemble and put metadata around it. And again, why would we put metadata around video? Searching, right? Internally, so as an instructional technology analyst, when a faculty member comes and says, hey, where's that video from 001 when we recorded that in October? It's like, what's his name? I don't know. And no one knows his name. And so we do a control F or a control find on the media server. Good luck. You know, hopefully his name's in the file name or 001 is. If not, you know, maybe if you put a title, description, keywords on it, you can find that really quickly and publish it online really quickly. You know, if the governor came to your school and you wanted to find all the videos and images related to when the governor came to your school, you can easily do that by internally searching the Ensemble Video system. Now, the searching also works on the other end, right? We navigate the web through Google. So the key there is you also want your audience, your viewers, your students, your teachers, anybody to search this, your alumni. So if you publish stuff to a good old-fashioned HTML page or, you know, the ASP.NET page or whatever it may be, you can put Ensemble Video there. It can be searched. Angel, Sakai, Desire to Learn, SharePoint, Moodle, Blackboard. You can publish all these videos into those systems and easily search them and find them, you know, hopefully simplifying that process. One thing I haven't mentioned is we do create iTunes feeds as well. So some of you might want content in iTunes. You know, that was a very popular platform there for a couple of years, in my opinion, and it is great. You know, but it's a little bit different technology where you're downloading the content, you're not streaming the content, so it's not as secure, I would argue. But that's really why our customers are choosing here, and again, they're choosing because of the flexibility of doing lecture and training type content. Some people brought that up. Marketing communications type content is critical in higher education, in K-12, in businesses and nonprofit organizations. You look at user-generated content. I'm not talking about the funny video uploaded to YouTube. I'm talking about videos that teachers create really quick, maybe with an interview with an entrepreneur. Okay, I'm talking about videos with, you know, go interview a veteran. That's user-generated content. They don't know how to make videos and transitions and titles over it, but they want to get video online for people to consume. And then you'll look at broadcasting events. Now, events can mean a million things, right? Again, the evening of dance, the St. Patrick's Day parade, you know, in the community. It could mean graduation, but it could be, you know, surgical events and medical applications. And you actually can lock down that content, or it could be in a marriage and family therapy office. We have a marriage and family therapy office that they capture these events, and then the dean of the school and the mentors actually put notes on and say, hey, you are making eye contact with the family when you were doing this. So you're trying to teach people how to be therapists. So you can do some really cool things, and the whole goal, again, is simplifying your life a little bit, simplifying management and distribution of this video content. So how it works is you're going to come to Ensemble with a video. And some of you already use Ensemble Video, so this isn't going to be new to you. And you want an easy way to catalog, upload, press, and publish that content. And you're going to describe your content. So this is what Ensemble looks like. I have the website open, which I'll get to here in a second. I have plenty of time. Title. Copyright, if you want to. The only thing that's required is the title, although I think it's kind of reckless not to put description and keywords in there, because someday you're going to be looking for that video, most of the time. So you want to put a genre in there. You might want to search all the promotional videos in your library. You might search a date, because you know there was a video at a certain date or time in your organization. So that's really important with Ensemble. We also have credits, director, actor, producer, things like that. So if Brad Pitt was in your movie, throw it in there. Now this is where the curveballs come in my opinion, in my experience as an instructional technology person and new media person who worked in higher ed for 10-ish years. All right, so hey, you made a video. What format is it? So what formats do you see out there? MP4, FLV, MOV, QuickTime, that's MOV. Silverlight, right? There's Silverlight, there's MPEG-2s, MTS. AVI is a big ginormous one, right? So that's one of the issues, and that's where YouTube came in and simplified our life. You can basically upload anything, and we're very, very similar. You can upload a wide variety of formats into our system. It'll then get compressed for you and prepared for streaming. So we want to make that an MP4.h.264 file for you, so that then all that work that went into that video, you can guarantee delivery to a wide variety of devices over a wide variety of networks. And that's the key. So if you have a teacher, if you have a faculty member, you have a web designer, you have a marketing person who made a video, they want to make sure that video gets watched and it hits all of your devices that you have in front of you. And that I have. I have an iPad, I have a Droid, I have my MacBook, and I have a Windows machine. And it better work on all of those. And Ensemble Video guarantees that. So we have an HTML5 player and we have a Flash player. We also can compress audio, and we can deliver SWFs and things like that, and image galleries. But this is the main process here. And I have optional in parentheses, because some people say, hey, Scott, don't mess with my pixels. I know how to make MP4s. I get it. I don't need you to compress my stuff. Fine. Again, Ensemble Video is flexible enough to meet your needs there. We have workflows where you do not have to compress content. Question?
Okay, you send something up, it gets converted. Does Ensemble store the original file as well as the compressed one they're sending out, or does Ensemble only store the
Typically we store the compressed file, although the other file is available at times. You can make it, we could set up a workflow where hey, store the original source and then put this one on the media server. Most of the time, we just take the compressed file, put it on the media server. And
Okay, thanks.
But it's possible. Other questions, comments, issues? Now, after we make that MP4 file, or you make that MP4 file that's ready to be streamed, that file gets automatically moved to a media server. And what are the benefits of streaming? Does anybody know some of the benefits of streaming media technologies? Performance, right? You said it's fast. It's performance, right? So if I have a 200 megabyte video and I'm in Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or in a shared wireless network like this, sometimes streaming technology will actually allow you to consume that content a lot better than downloading the entire file and waiting for the entire file to download. So that's one, performance benefits. Is there another benefit to streaming technologies?
Harder to copy.
What's that?
Harder to copy.
Harder, because you're not downloading, it's harder to capture and own, basically, right? So if you're a library of special collections, we would argue that streaming technology is certainly a more secure way to deliver video, right? So that's why there are some library groups that do deliver their special collections through Ensemble Video. And we use a Wowza media server. I don't know if anybody here, I know a few of our customers have probably heard of Wowza, but Wowza is our industrial strength media server.